AMC absolutely soaring today. Guys, we saw $30 per share after hours, and it is pulling back slightly after hours right now, but the action we saw today was incredible. I want to talk about a couple things in this video because we got Adam Aron out there talking to CNBC saying that his new strategy for AMC is going to be taking AMC skills to pumping other penny stocks that are on the verge of bankruptcy, hoping that in some way that's going to raise enough money for him to pay off his debt on AMC. And not exactly sure I agree with that strategy, but it boded very well for AMC stock today. I want to talk about why we could be seeing AMC roll up, how much further we could roll, and guys, the fact that this could just be the beginning of a short squeeze. Now, talking about a short squeeze, we had some great questions in the live stream today. People wanting to know what are things that we can look at to determine whether or not the squeeze is on. So I want to talk briefly about that as well. And of course, if it sounds like something you're interested in, let's get started. What's up, everybody? I'm Clay. I'm here to make 2022 the best year ever. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join us, become a bro. We are here every single day, and we are growing our portfolios together. And if you're brand new to investing, you don't know how or where to buy stocks and crypto, you got a link in the description for Webull. Super simple to set up your account. Any deposit gets you guys 5 free stocks, and then any $1 crypto trade gets you $5 in free crypto. And then if you guys want crypto exclusive exchanges, you have those as well. But my goodness, a 45% plus gain in AMC stock today alone. It is incredible. And while Adam Aron focuses on other penny stocks that he can go out there and pump up and save from bankruptcy, I want to focus on AMC and what the potential squeeze is going to look like. What levels are the levels of resistance that we can see in the future, and why we might see a pullback from this $30 level. But most importantly, I want to focus towards the end of the video on things that you can look at to determine whether or not the squeeze is taking place. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all care about, whether or not the squeeze is taking place. So just briefly, let's look at AMC stock and the resistance levels. There is a great resistance level at the $30 per share mark, which we did touch after hours, and we seem to be pulling back slightly. Now, we had this resistance range between $28 and $30 per share. We busted through the $28 mark, and AMC rolled on up to $30, and it does seem to be having a little bit of trouble or hesitation here. Now, one of two things can happen tomorrow, and I don't think either one of them is necessarily going to be good or bad. If we pull back a little bit and lose some steam off this $30 level, it's okay. It's healthy. We have a ton of day traders jumping into AMC stock right now, taking advantage of the volatility and taking advantage of the gains. They use technical indicators and they use technical levels of support and resistance to determine when to get in and get out of trades. So if we do bounce off that level of resistance and we pull back a little bit, it's natural. It's healthy. The day traders are selling off at that level, and they will be buying back in as we hopefully bounce off the $28 level of support now. So don't worry too much if we do see a slight pullback, but if we see a break through 30, if we see some follow through $30 per share on AMC stock in the morning, it is going to be incredible. There's a slight level of resistance in the $32 range, but beyond that, you're talking all the way between $36 and $38 before you see a major level of support. This is another, 20+% gain just from where we're at right now. I mean, imagine if we strung two 40+% gain days in a row together. It would be incredible. I mean, that would take us well into the 40s tomorrow if we were to do that. But guys, we have some good looking out ahead of us because AMC, slight resistance at 32, AMC, major resistance in that $38 range. And beyond that, I mean, you're talking $48 before you hit the next major level of resistance. So yes, we do have a couple levels in our way that we would need to break through, but it is looking so good right now. And with that in mind, people are wondering, what do I look for? What do I look for a short squeeze to be taking place? What are some reliable numbers that we can see? And I forget exactly who posed this question in the live stream. Amazing question. The short answer is, and this is a bad answer, right, is that we're not going to know for certain. And nobody's going to be able to tell for certain where the shares are going, who's buying them, and in real time if the shorts are covering. That's risk, right? Anytime somebody's buying and selling shares of a stock, especially with the volatility we're seeing in AMC stock, we don't know where that buying demand or where that selling pressure is coming from. But we have 3 different ways that we can approach this and 3 different ways we can look at the AMC stock short squeeze. Number 1, we can look at volume. Now, the best that volume is going, we'll get into that in a second. Volume, we can look at the Ortex data, or we can look at the actual reported short interest. Now, let's start with volume. The best we're going to have on volume on days like today, when 225 million shares were traded, is that shorts could have covered or could be covering. Anytime you have volume that high, it is possible that a percentage or even all of the short shares covered, the reported short shares, right? I know a lot of you guys think there's billions of shares out there. When I say short shares, I'm talking about the 100 million short shares that are reported as being outstanding. So if you have 200 million shares being traded, yes, you could have a lot of short shares being covered. It is a possibility. So if you're looking at volume as an indicator of whether or not the short squeeze is on, the best you're going to get there is that it could be happening. Now, it's still a risk, and you have to make your investment based on the risk reward and what you find and what you deem, I guess, appropriate for your investment in AMC stock. The next thing I want to talk about is the reported short interest by Ortex. The estimated, I should say. The estimated short interest by Ortex. What Ortex is doing is they're taking borrow rates and borrowed shares and estimating whether or not these short shares are outstanding and being returned. If you trust Ortex, then you have a real-time estimate that you can use during the short squeeze. What you have to determine, the risk there, is that you trust Ortex not only to be providing you with the correct number, but you trust their estimates and you trust their formula in estimating the short interest based on the amount of shares that are borrowed and returned on a given day. So the risk is, are their numbers accurate? The reward there is the fact that, okay, it's a real-time number that you can use. And finally, the last thing that we can look at are the reported short shares that are outstanding. Now, of course, it would be beautiful if short shares were reported on AMC stock or any stock for that matter in a real-time basis, but they are not. They're reported bi-weekly. So basically every 2 weeks we get this report that shows you how many short shares are outstanding in AMC stock. And the risk here is that you're going to be investing on old information. You're going to be investing in AMC stock on old news. We have to wait 2 weeks for the short numbers to come out, the reported short numbers in AMC stock to come out, but the reward is that it is accurate. I mean, you have a lag in time, but the numbers are the reported short numbers. And if you're basing your investment on reported short numbers, well, then that's what you've got to go off of. Clearly, guys, I know there's a lot of people out there that are speculating based on billions of shares being traded, that are speculating based on naked shorts. And at the end of the day, it all boils down to what you want to look at. These are just 3 different things that you can look to in order to determine what's most appropriate for you in determining when the short squeeze is on, when the short squeeze is happening. And, we have to keep in mind, nothing is going to be 100% indicative unless the shorts, just came out and all of a sudden decided to be honest and tell us that they're covering their shares or anything like that. So that's what we've got to go off of. AMC, man, I hope it strings together more gains tomorrow. So hopefully we've got some great things ahead. I want to see how excited you guys are in the comments below right now. Let us know. Let us see those diamond hands. Let us see those rockets. Let us see those moon emojis and get those apes down in the comments. If this button right here is still red, make sure to click it. Subscribe to the channel. Join us. Become a bro. We are here every single day and we are growing our portfolios together. ClayBro883 on Twitter and Instagram. Webull, Binance, Gemini, Crypto.com. Until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.